We're out here today at one of the local ponds. It's me, Sam, Jack, and Parrot. And we're out here just jigging for some bluegill. Sam and I are using artificials. We're using little Northland Tackle hand pours. And we're just jigging probably 6 inches off the bottom. Maybe a little bit more than that, maybe a foot. And I'm using a 26-inch St. Croix, and we're just jigging these little gills up here. Got some nice ones too. There's a couple over 8 inches, but a lot of this size that you see up here. But for the most part, you know, we're just trying to get the bigger bluegill here, trying to get some bass as well. But meanwhile, we're getting a lot of these little dinkers. And see if I can show you what we're using right now. This little thing right here is what we're using. It's got a little tail on there. And it seemed to really like that when you jig it, you know, not too fast, but kind of intervals where you jig it and then stop, or jig it and stop. And I find that you get some of the bigger ones when you use an artificial, rather than use the spikes, which we normally use. But basically that's what we're doing today. Temps are in the low 20s, high teens, and it's pretty rural out here with no shed, but we're kicking it and we're hanging in there just because the fishing is pretty good right now. Yeah. You filming?
Yeah.
She's got this nice little large right here. She's fighting like she was a 4-pounder, but still decent. Using a little spoon right there, single hook spoon. Tipping that with a minnow. This is the lake we fish in the summertime. We catch a lot this size on wacky rigs and frogs and nice little fish. Watched her on the Vexar there, and she came up and smoked it. Very awesome. Wasn't even a really good bite. It was just a slow pull. Awesome largemouth. Good first bass of the day. Nice. Mwah. Catch and release.
You can grab it?
I'll grab it, yeah. Oh god, this one's so much bigger than the last one. This is if it's not a 3, it's a 4. She hit it too, she nailed it. My reel's locking up too. She just switched directions like no other. Man, if I didn't know any better and I thought there was smallmouth in here, I'd say this is a smallmouth. The way this thing is running. Or trout. This thing's running like a trout. Oh my lord. Look at that.
Yeah, good job. Want me to get you?
Oh my god!
Oh god! Holy shit!
Look at that! Look at that! Yes! Oh my god! That is insane! Look at the size of that fish on a rod, on like 2-pound test. You've got to be kidding me! That's easily 4 or 5 pounds.
Holy shit!
That's a giant. I've been fishing for all day, and we finally got something good. Just popped right off too. Oh my god! What a beaut! By far my personal best. Largemouth through the ice and fish through the ice. Look at that fish. Oh my god, she is so big. You don't get them in the ice this often like that. That's a brute. Out here in northern Illinois, fishing like 3 inches of ice, and we're still catching fish, and this is beautiful. Oh, awesome. Stay tuned. There she goes for the release.
Barely fit through the hole.
I know, barely fits through the hole.
What is she doing?
There she goes. Let's do this route.
What it is?
That is a weird looking hole.
Yeah, he didn't even fix it. Alright, here we go, boy. Try to get him?
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna let him slip back behind.
Oh. Oh my god. You took that long for that fish?
It's decent though. It's not bad. On a plastic.
Same hole, that's the third fish out of this hole, just using that same white Freedom Baits plastic and that small jig. Going artificial. Looking pretty good. That's a crappie.
Crappie?
I feel it.
I think it's a
No,
bass.
It's so small.
That's 2 in a row.
Right now.
It's still nice though. At least you. Yeah. It's smaller, but it's decent. How are you doing that, Jack? What happened there?
I was literally just dropping it after I caught that last one, and I was just kind of pulling it up off the bottom, and I felt the weight, and I just set it.
Nice. It's fun to catch those size. Those little guys are fun to.
Yeah, pretty low, but still fight hard.
Awesome.
It's awesome to catch through the ice.
Back in the water.
So, are you ready to grab?
Yeah.
I got it. You don't want to pull a U.
It's a good one. Do you see it? Oh yeah, that's a nice one.
Oh,
Yeah, look at that. That's a beaut.
nice one. Just on that minnow and that crappie hook. Barely hooked right in the top. Small hook, split shot in the bobber. It's just our dead stick rod. It's a nice, probably 12, 13, 14 incher.
Nice. Sounds like a good one.
Can't see it right. I don't think we're gonna be able to get him through this hole.
How big is he? Doesn't look like he's fighting that much.
Oh shit.
We can get him through the hole, I bet.
Alright. I guess he's not that big.
Wow.
Wow, you really struggled that much.
When did you get on that?
Caught that on custom jigs and spins, tungsten jig, and then like a Freedom Baits plastic.
I'll show you guys real quick what we're doing today. We switched lakes. The lake we like to fish for bass. Got tired of those little bluegill. We weren't getting any of the palm sized. And what I'm doing right now is I'm taking this little pigeon spoon my friend gave me. She lives in Norway. She uses this when she ice fishes salt water. It gets really cold up there. So I thought about giving it a try. It's got a swivel on the head, which I kind of like. The fish starts running. And what we're doing is we're taking little bullheads, little 1.5 inch bullheads, and we're nose hooking them. Try not to get them in the skull, just right in the nose, so they can swim around. If you hook them in the nose, they've got better tail action, a lot better swim. And taking the Vexar here, dipping it down there, seeing what the depths are. That last fish came right off the Vexars. Really easy to tell where she was. But we're just taking these little bullheads, using a 26-inch rod. It's a St. Croix Ice Premier. And we're using these little Cabela's ice fishing reels. And we're throwing it down there. It's about, I'd say, 8 feet in this area. And probably getting it at the minnow in and of itself about the 7 to 6.5 foot range. And we're just kind of letting it sit at that area, jigging it periodically just to get those fish going. But for the most part, you kind of want to let the minnow do its own action. You want to let the minnow do its thing, let it move around on its own without you having to work it with your rod. You know, if I'm throwing a spoon or a plastic, of course, I'll be jigging it like crazy for bass. But the minnow in of itself does the work for you. I give it a few pops if I miss a hit or something like that, if I get a bite and it comes off. But for the most part, I let the minnow sit there, let it do its thing, and wait for the bass to come. But this little Vexar my friend has is really helping right here. I'm on top of one right now, see if she'll hit it. But for the most part, I'm just trying to keep that minnow above the weeds. There's some weeds down there, and my guess is the fish are right below those weeds, in the weeds, and looking up at those minnows. They're hitting it. This little jig head has a really good hook on it too, so I get good hook sets. But this is the rig we used at some of the deeper lakes we used to fish with for some of the bass. That's basically the setup for today for the largemouth. On the bluegill, we use a similar setup. A little lighter line, a little smaller jigs, of course, and we're using spikes or small plastics. So that's basically what the rig is for today. Temps have warmed up. I believe it's in the high mid-20s now, which is great compared to the teens that we had earlier on this morning. And trying our luck for some bass, some midday bass. It's about 12 o'clock, something like that. And we're seeing what kind of damage we can do with these largemouth. So thanks for watching, and hopefully get a few more fish on tape.